Hey, so it looks like I'm going to be doing more of these Falzonian type reviews. This is going to be for the movie The Duff, the latest teen film, which is about this girl in high school. Like, she's an average high school girl and has friends and does her own thing. And according to her, you can be whoever you want, and that the high school she attends, which is true, except you have Duff's designated ugly fat friend. And it doesn't mean you have to be ugly or fat. You're just that, third or fourth friend in your crew who is the most approachable and, doesn't get a lot of girls or guys to talk to them and, get to know them. They're kind of like, they're sort of in the shadow of their other friends, which sucks. But, and I would know. And if you ask me, I am the Duff to some or maybe most of my friends. And that's not too bad of a thing. If you watch this movie, they'll tell you that. But yeah, but when I first, saw the trailer for this, it did look kind of like a corny, cliched teen comedy, but I did like who they cast for the lead, because I'd never seen her as a lead before, only a supporting actress. So, and the premise wasn't that bad, like, familiar enough, but a little fresh too, so hopefully. But then, yeah, I did finally see the movie today, and I liked it a little more than I thought it would. It wasn't, as like Disney Channel as I thought it was going to be, and it was funny. It definitely had like good lines and dialogue, and yes, it was cliche written, but it still you couldn't totally call like how fast this or that was going to happen, or or whatever. But yeah, and so again, it was nice to see Mae Whitman as the lead actress. She was perfect and very comedic and expressive. Like, I agree with this one other critic that this is kind of like Mae Whitman's Easy A, because like somebody they've seen before but never quite knew his or her name, and now that they're the star of this movie, you're seeing all they can do and how they can carry a movie. And I hope Mae plays the lead again. And speaking of which, besides the movie, like this being Mae Whitman's Easy A, the movie itself feels like a semi-sequel to that. And if you've seen or know Easy A like I do, like if you've seen it a few times, or if you're familiar with it, you'll notice it has some of the same music and sort of the same message and like style, like the witty humor style too. But I would say Easy A is a little more intellectual, like in a weird way to describe. But yeah, and Robbie Amell, or however you say his last name, looks slightly too old to be in high school, but he still worked. He wasn't as one-dimensional as you would, presume his character to be. But yeah, I mean, he was cool, and some of his lines were funny too. He wasn't just some dumbass schnock. Bella Thorne, it's like the third movie I've seen her in now. So far, I think, she's a good actress. She's way better in movies than I think she was on Shake It Up. Even though I didn't watch it from the clips I seen, I never thought she was that good of an actress. But she was good in Blended. She was good in the Alexander movie, and this, I mean, she got the job done. But I felt like she was meaner in the Alexander movie than I felt she was here. So yeah, so it wasn't bad. She got the job done, but I think it's time she plays more normal or nicer girls. But anyway. Yeah, so I think, if you are currently a high school student, like between freshman to junior year or senior year too, whatever, I would say see this movie. I think it's not the best, but it is a crafty little teen movie, and it's, I think, the best or the coolest. I can see it being considered the coolest movie of this particular era for high school kids. Like, how 10 Things was, and She's All That, Easy A, Mean Girls, Clueless. So yeah, so I feel like it'll either go down like as a cult teen movie, or will be as popular as The Breakfast Club and Mean Girls. We'll see.